Kai Forbath set to kick it away for the Vikings. And off we go from the Twin Cities. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Tampa Bay taking the field and a look at Jameis Winston. And Jameis, after leaving the game with a shoulder injury last week, he bounced back in a big way, put up really remarkable stats, unfortunately in a 3-point loss to the Bills.
Showed a lot of toughness, a lot of character, because he really couldn't practice much during the week. So he had to stay with it mentally, have himself ready to go, and it was his throwing shoulder that he hurt. So he really had to grit it out. So close to getting the job done in Buffalo. Yet the Buccaneers are 2-4 now. They'll need some big performances from him going forward.
And they've lost 3 straight games, Charles, by 5 points or less. Winston now to throw on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Here's the offense, and highlighted as a guy who gave himself his own nickname, the Dugginator.
Brandon, you really can't nickname yourself, but if he keeps running at this level, he'll have plenty of good nicknames to choose from.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now the first carry for Doug Martin. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Let's take a good, strong look at Linval Joseph, the defensive tackle. I'm telling you, the spotlight you need for him has to be large because he holds down the middle of the defensive line as well as anyone in the league. What I loved about him, the offseason, took a trip with the Vikings to, or is it to Iceland?
Iceland, yeah, that's right.
To connect with the Viking heritage. Skol, Linval.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Winston. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Open here, Adam Thielen. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 11 yards for number 11.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
first carry for Latavius Murray. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
That was second down run for Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Looks to be right around the 40. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Jameis to throw it. He finds the rookie from Alabama, O.J. Howard. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. First down, here's the run with Martin. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On 2nd down, Martin. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 3rd down, Winston. A dump off to Sims. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Patrick Murray now on for the field goal. from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. So a turnover-filled first quarter of play comes to an end. 0-0 our score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now a give. This is Murray. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
Bridgewater on first down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
off the play fake. Bridgewater. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Let's go.
On third down, Bridgewater. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's right. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Forbath will put this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Forbath connecting there. Well, he connected 6 times this last week in their win over Baltimore. They only scored 24 points. Kai Forbath had 18 of them.
And you never know when it's going to click in for a kicker and find the right situation. Kai Forbath had been competing for a job starting in 2016 with the New Orleans Saints. And they brought Will Lutz into town. And all of a sudden, Forbath was cut, and so was Connor Barth. Both of them now kicking in the league in opposite places. Barth's in Chicago. Forbath, of course, really plying his trade well in Minnesota.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. On the return, it's Ryan Smith. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Again, it's Martin. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw in that play. No gain.
Winston throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have the highlights of this first half, but he won't have touchdowns because we haven't had any to this point.
But there's still time, though, partner.
Jameis now on first down. They set up the screen to Martin. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's second down. Now a second down throw for Winston. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Third and long for Winston. He finds Humphreys. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. To throw, Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Jameis on second down. Now bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this belongs to the Vikings. Vikings now heading onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get free, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Going with a screen for Murray. A big hit. Knocked down sideways near the 25. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
From the pistol, they run it with Murray. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Rudolph has it left side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Second down, Bridgewater. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Yeah, the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Fresh set of downs here. From the gun, Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Hey, I want to take a glance back to last week real quick. We got a second. That Raiders-Chiefs game. How about that ending? 4 last plays. That was an instant classic.
We can laugh about it. Kansas City is not going to. But when I went back and reviewed all of those plays, I found all the penalties that were called. That was an ending unlike any ending I've ever seen, and especially in a classic rivalry game with Kansas City and Oakland. Boy, what a way to finish for Oakland, a game they absolutely had to have to keep their season going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
But last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
First down, Bridgewater. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Let's go,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Bridgewater off the play fake to McKinnon. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for loss.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. To throw is Bridgewater. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And Forbath will put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota defense, we watch them get set to roll. They've got a good thing going. Probably not too much set on the sideline other than let's just do more of the same.
I like the way that you coach. I mean, I think most guys love that. I mean, they really do. When things are going well, you don't need to say a whole lot. You don't have to talk about changes or different things that go along with that. Just keep playing to that level. Keep the intensity up. And that formula is working very well.
Yeah, you like my coaching?
I do.
Get on the bench, Davis.
I'll play for you anytime except for when you yell that.
They try to fire up the running game with Martin. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Winston gives to Martin on the draw. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Second down, Winston. And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to face a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Winston. He gets it to Humphries. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They go with Murray again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Throw left side, on target to Thielen. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 69 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
So they're going to go for 2. They'll try to run with Murray. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A first down throw for Winston. And an alley to run. 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Here's Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. And I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is caught by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So the offense has it first and 10. Winston. They set up the screen to Martin. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Again, it's Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Bucs on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again with Winston. He's got Evans. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. First down, Winston. Room here to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. Now Jameis on second down. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans from 17 yards out. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
They'll run here. It's Murray. Latavius Murray, 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, 59 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throw them the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Kai Forbath on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Forbath out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. So out come the Bucs now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up second down. So second and 10 here. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard at the 33. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. And even 40 yards. Well, not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Jameis again. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Winston. Goes underneath to Martin. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. To throw is Winston. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.